This Pat McAfee edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. Bet $50 at WynnBet and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBet. Download the WynnBet app now or visit wynnbet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold hard cash with their over/under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. And make sure to check out our relaunched merch store where you can get all your favorite SGPN gear. Just go to store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer dog?
Again, apologies for the large head. This is not some sort of lunar eclipse. A lot of sun behind you though, Sean. Still looking pretty nice down there south of the border.
Yes. Said down here in the Costa Rican compound, hanging out. Got to hang with some monkeys today. It was pretty awesome.
Why is it called a compound when you leave the country and you just stay on a piece of property? Like, why am I not calling my house a compound?
Well, Ryan, if you have, if you have walls,
I have walls.
If you have, do you have walls around? I've seen your yard. You don't have giant walls and security cameras outdoors. You don't have a Cuban guy with a machete living in the house quarters doing security around.
You nailed it. That's it. I've been to Mexico. I've been to some other countries. The one common theme with a compound compared to a normal house is a man with a machete. That's it.
Yes. And I think most part, I mean, this dude he's got to be in his late 60s, 70s and just like shimmies up a coconut tree, pulls one down, cuts off the top. And you just feel like such a coward in comparison. You're like, all right, I'll enjoy my little coconut drink here. Thank you, sir.
They all have the same kind of look and feel. I'll have a great story in Mexico. The short version of it: drank a little too much tequila at the local bar. I'm somewhere in the compound grounds puking, and I kind of like, just so people don't hear me. For those who haven't lived with me, it's a very, very loud experience. And so I was trying to hide that from the rest of the people staying at the compound. And I kind of come to my senses. I turn around and there's just a shirtless old man with a machete standing there. He goes, "Hola." Anyway, compounds.
Yeah. And then of course my dad, with an all-time dad move, forgot to bring down his belt. And so the shorts he's been wearing keep sagging down. So he improvised.
Do they not make belts in Costa Rica?
Maybe we'll find one, but he found two belt loops and just zip tied them together. And just, my mom was so mad. It was, I'll try and get a photo for our Instagram Sports Gambling Podcast. But yeah, it's been an awesome trip. Also, Ryan, I also forgot my belt. So when you fly out to meet me in New York for our conference out there, you may need to bring a dress belt for me.
Oh my goodness!
Just giving you that heads up. All right, we're burying the lead. We got an awesome show with Pat McAfee. Sweet interview, of course. American Century Championship, AK Celebrity Golf Tournament. Pat's out there, slicing and dicing on the 18 holes. We're going to get to that. And then a little Baker Mayfield segment. Baker, obviously, to the Carolina Panthers. Our thoughts on week one and the win total. And of course, if you're betting on the NFL week one or the win totals, or maybe even you can get a Baker Mayfield MVP, wouldn't recommend it, but I'm sure it's out there. Got to head over to WynnBet, where you can bet $50, win $200 in free bets. And of course, the ultimate fantasy football experience. Bet $500 on sports or casino before July 31st. Get entered to win the ultimate fantasy football draft experience at the Encore Beach Club, including 2-night stay at Wynn Resorts for you and your entire league. And if you're grinding out baseball like baseball, Sean, best the juice. some of the best prices over at winbet.com. Download the WinBet app or just visit wynnbet.com. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at winbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. And of course, Sleeper. We've been giving out a ton of fantasy football content. It's officially fantasy football season, but while you're, in between drafting your leagues, your dynasty stuff over on Sleeper, you can also be winning cold hard cash in their new over under game. Just click the over under game or grab your phone and go to sleeper.com/SGP. Get that 100% deposit match up to $100. Perfect if you're grinding out some sweet MLB props. You can win all the way up to 20x. And I know the MLB Gambling Podcast guys giving out a lot of picks over there as well. So join our Sleeper squad. Hit us up in the chat there. And again, 100% deposit match. All you got to do is fire up your phone and go to sleeper.com/SGP. Promo code SGP on that deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Joining us on the line, you know him from the Pat McAfee Show 2.0, the one and only Pat McAfee. Pat, thanks for calling into the show. How's Tahoe treating you?
Well, thank you for having me, boys. Tahoe is beautiful. It's heaven on earth. I've never been here before. Flying in with the blueness of the lake and the wilderness. It is gorgeous. The greens are a little rude, but the environment is amazing. I'm having a great time. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Yeah, of course. Speaking of the greens, what's the vitamin regimen going out on the course here?
I'll tell you what, it's legal and it's certainly legal in this state. And that is something that I need to handle a little bit better, I think, going forward, and today was a lot of learning on the course, whether it was the incredibly fast green or, some of the lies that I had were play it as you lie. You hear about it on TV in real life, not so much fun. And then the vitamin intake as well. I mean, there is a lot of learning that happened today, but it is gorgeous out here. I'm very lucky to be here. And, hopefully I'll score better tomorrow for sure.
As a fellow vitamin guy, AKA soy boy, I gotta recommend you gotta cut it with a little caffeine in the morning. That's the key to get through a long day on the golf course.
No, I did do that, man. But I haven't played 18 holes of golf in like 5 years, let alone walking. I mean, I'm in an interesting spot. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more coffee in the afternoon. Tomorrow I'll get it dialed in for sure, but I appreciate your input for sure.
They make you guys walk. That's messed up.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I got to wear pants out here. It's a whole new world, man. It's a whole new world.
Sleeves and pants.
I was going to say, did you talk to the marshal about an exemption for a tank top?
Man, I'm bottom of the totem pole around here. Travis Kelce standing right over here. Steph Curry's here. I mean, the superstars that are here are very, very important. So acting like they're going to change rules for me, I don't think so. But I did have the sleeves rolled up, and I got like 30-degree burns on my arm. So that should look great in 2 weeks or so. I should have a great tan, and it's going to hurt like hell tonight when I lay down for sure.
Look good there for SummerSlam. First off, congrats on the multi-year extension over the WWE. I got to know what's more nerve-wracking, doing a WWE show, competition, however you want to call it, or teeing off in front of a full gallery. As a guy who's hosted a bunch of stuff, like the idea of a tee shot in front of people that are standing right there is horrifying.
Yeah, it was definitely sketchy the first couple times because there's people standing right in like where a golf ball could go. They had their faces standing right in a place where a drive could go right off their mouth. Yeah. And that happened early. You know how to get past it. I think punting and kicking helped me in that aspect. But honestly, I'm pretty cool with whatever the outcome is whenever I'm doing whatever, So I try to keep it as relaxed as possible. I think the putting was probably the scariest thing on earth that I did today. I didn't expect to have the anxiety and the fear that I had while putting today. I think that is honestly the thing that beat me up the most. So hopefully I won't kill anybody with any drives. Wrestling, hopefully I'll be able to do my stuff. But putting feels like it's going to be a 12-round fight, and putting's going to win.
That's surprising because as a kicker, it's really the game between the ears. And as a gambling podcast, we pride ourselves on being degens. Long shot parlays are our favorite. And I dug this gem up because it turns out your kicking career may have never happened if not for a little $100 loan and a little late night poker run. If you want to enlighten us with that, I thought it was a great story, very on brand for us here at the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Yeah, respect. Love your brand that you got going because I think you know, any good story that involves a poker game, me being 17 years old, borrowing $100 from a friend, going down in there. That was when the World Series of Poker was like the thing. Chris Moneymaker just won like $7 million in a bracelet.
Yeah, those sweet shades going.
Yeah, he looked awesome. And it was like, hey, anybody that was from like a working class neighborhood thought that they could become the poker champion and be rich. So there was poker games all over the place in the town in which I came from. I was in high school. I got good cards on a regular basis. It felt good. I felt like I had a good knack for the game. I played in a bigger game in the basement of an Italian restaurant. Took that $100, turned it into like $1,400. Got another $100 from my dad. Flew to Miami, kicked in a kicking contest, and got a West Virginia scholarship the next day. So, I mean, an incredibly lucky life I've lived. Very, very fortunate. And most of that pot came from like a Jack 9 full house, and I had to sit on it.
Wow.
I had to sit on it for the rest of the night. I got home like 4:30 a.m. It was pretty sweet. I met my dad as he was waking up. It was cool. I play poker now every once in a while. I don't get nearly the same cards I got when I was a kid, but I'm very, very lucky, man. Very lucky guy.
And yeah, a very humble guy too, because the best part of the story is how, as the legends told, 9 straight field goals starting from 25, 5 yards longer, all the way out to 70 when you finally miss. So talk about a way to flex, drop a mic, and just, I don't know, leave the crowd speechless.
Hey, and since I had to book the flights home so late, because I got the money so late, it was like 2 days before the weekend. I had this like 6-hour layover in Charlotte. So I literally had to leave immediately after I got done kicking. So like, I didn't know if that was just normal, like what other people were going to do. But yeah, I hit a 65-yard field goal. The place went pretty bananas. And then I had to go get on a plane and then sit on like a 6-hour layover in Charlotte. Got back to Pittsburgh that night, slept in the next morning, you know, because I got home late. And I got a call from the Tony Gibson, who was West Virginia's recruiting coordinator, literally as I was waking up in my house. And he was like, I'm on my way to your school right now to offer you a scholarship. Like, get your ass up there. Like, you got it. You got it. So I hustled over there, and I remember walking into my lunch. He had a trophy from the thing. I guess I won, and a scholarship. So it was a wild Monday. And yeah, it's like things like that happen that I look back on, and I just say, like, I'm the luckiest dude of all time, living the dumbest life of all time. And I say that while doing an interview from Lake Tahoe. You know, like, it's a joke, and I'm just trying to enjoy it all.
Got to bet on yourself to get lucky.
Well, speaking of betting on yourself, you came in with some juicy 500 to 1 odds to take down the American Century Championship. I may or may not have dabbled with a couple dollars on there, knowing that you would be a guest on the show. Right now, I'm pulling up the stats. Right now, you're tied for 67th. You, AJ Hawk, and David Carr tied for 67th. The good news is you are now 3 strokes ahead of Charles Barkley. Earlier on in the day, Barkley was ahead of you.
Oh, I heard. Yeah. I saw a lot of tweets coming in about Chuck's game. He looked good, by the way. I got a chance to chat with him on the driving range. He looked good. He was hitting the ball solid. I saw him put one close, make a putt. I don't know what I expected. Watching Aaron was balling. You know, he was going. I would miss a putt, and then all of a sudden, I'm double bogeying out of here because I'm missing the next putt as well. Like, it is, those things add up quick. I'm lucky and fortunate to be at -7, and hopefully tomorrow I do better though. But plus 500 was never going to happen. Never going to happen.
So it's a long shot. That's why we call ourselves D-Gens only. Well, Pat, appreciate the time. Best of luck with the rest of the tournament, and yeah, appreciate it, man. If you're ever out in Vegas, we got a pretty sweet studio. Love to have you out there.
Hey, that's dope. Keep killing it, boys. I appreciate the time, and cheers. Good luck with everything. I hope you win every single bet from here on forward.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks again for a new friend of the program, Pat McAfee. You know, Pat was talking about how he was a little short on cash when he was trying to follow his dreams of kicking glory. And if you're a little low on your cash, you can hit up your good buddy, Dave. That's right. We've all been there. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you got some expenses that piling up. Dave can really help you get out of a pinch. Hindsight's 2020, and you can't change the past, but you know, maybe you can grab a little cash here. You can now with Dave. Dave is the banking app that helps you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. That's more money to fill your tank, buy a wedding gift, or just catch up on bills. You can finally tackle those expensive that have been stressing you out without any of the hangups. No interest and no credit check needed. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to get the financial relief they need with extra cash. So if you're in a pinch and need some extra help, download Dave and think of it as a helping hand from future you. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. That's DAVE. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking provided by Evolve, member FDIC. And of course, our lead pipe lock for internet security is IPVanish. Go to IPVanish.com/SGP. Use that promo code SGP. Claim your 70% savings. Hide your location. Get it fired up on the Fire Stick. VPN without slowing you down, without again, unlimited devices. IPVanish, simply the best. You know this. You guys already should have signed up by now, but if you haven't, IPVanish.com/SGP, promo code SGP. All right,
Sean, real quick, because it's related to IPVanish. Of course, recently I was off on the island doing a bit of thought expansion, vision questing, whatever you want to call it, and it's amazing when you unlock something like God's Eye, the technology behind God's Eye, between a nice service and a VPN. And I explained it to this guy. Like a couple days later, I get the text like, "Hey, what was that thing you told me about?" So I sent it over, and he 2 responses: "Holy shit, I'm an idiot for paying for TV for all this time," and 2. They're giving that they're literally giving the VPN away for free. He's like, "Did you know that's 70% off?" I was like, "Yeah, I know. It's pretty awesome." So shout out to IPVanish for enabling good shit everywhere.
Yeah, and I set up God's Eye down at my parents' place here in Costa Rica, and my mom was like, "Wait, no sports. We're at Costa Rica to avoid sports."
Oh no!
And then I got me and my dad watching the Padres in the 10th inning. Sweating out a Padres money line. Got the job done. Thank you, Padres. Kramer, we on our way too early. Was it over under predictions? We kind of
week 1. We are early.
Yes, you're right.
Our early week 1 look. Last time we were out in Vegas doing some NBA stuff, we decided, hey, why not talk about week 1 of the National Football League? And we went game by game. And if you follow us on social, you've seen the clip, but we nailed this situation. We put a pin in it and we stuck it and we said, here's what's going to happen. Here's why you grab the points now with Carolina. And then, oh, by the way, when the trade goes down, we might be intrigued by a little disrespected Brissett. Although I don't know if the disrespect has sunk in yet because they're still favored.
Yeah, I think Panthers are a small dog now. I think before the Baker trade, they were what 4-point home dogs,
4.5,
4.5. And we said on the show, like Jacoby Brissett doesn't deserve to be a 4.5-point road favorite. Now maybe Deshaun Watson figures out how to somehow delay his suspension, yada yada. But
no, let me crowbar in this joke now because I'm watching ESPN. And I see that the disciplinary chair of this committee, who's overseeing the Deshaun Watson discipline, said woman first of all, who said, "quote she was going to take it slow in making her decision." Are you serious? You're going to take it slow. You're going to give Deshaun Watson exactly what he wants. I think we're going to know. I think we're going to absolutely know about Deshaun Watson. And I don't think he's going to be on. I think this line indicates they still think there's a chance he plays. I think there's no way you can favor Brissett even over a completely trash team. Baker motivated, dude. He's a walk on, Sean. We're going to be planting this flag all summer. So let's go. Sean looks like he's setting up his OnlyFans setup or whatever. Get the light a little brighter.
When I click over to my notes tab, which is a white background, it's like super bright.
Gotta get you dark mode, bro.
Oh no, I'm dark mode except Google Docs.
But yeah, I think tying it up. Hopefully you grab the 4.5. Hopefully you're able to get that. Hopefully.
Well, Ryan, what if someone just tuned in now? Do we like the Panthers still at +1? I do. I still don't think Jacoby Brissett should be a road favorite, and Baker's season could unravel, but man, this guy's going to do everything he can to win this first game.
If Matt Rule wasn't such a trash coach, I would. Matt Rule concerns me, but look, yes. Baker has. I mean, Baker is great in the underdog role, and I know he's disappointed, but he did get the Cleveland Browns to a playoff game. And
he won a playoff game.
They won a playoff game
against their rival, the Steelers,
and he was hurt last year. So again, like giving him a little bit of credit for playing through injury. Again, I don't love the situation, but hey, he could step into a situation where Robbie Anderson is the ultimate regression candidate to get some. I mean, I looked at those.
Robbie Anderson, who doesn't like him, that could create an interesting dynamic. I'm sure DJ Moore's ADP is skyrocketing. But Ryan, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but week 2, the Panthers travel up to the Meadowlands, which could be an ultimate letdown spot for the Panthers and Baker.
Love it.
After an emotional week 1, maybe they really stick it to the Browns and then go on the road. They'll still, I still like the Panthers as a dog there. Again, Daniel Jones shouldn't be favored, but as a Giants fan, you got to be excited the way that schedule's breaking for you there.
I mean, look, but yeah. Anyway, coming back, we don't need to get into the Giants situation. No need to create any additional hexes. What about but I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's urgency to bet it now though. +1, -1. I mean, what's if this moves from +1 to -1? Are you feeling great about the value you got? I don't know. And could there be more quarterback movement? Could the Browns be a Jimmy G suitor now that they have some money freed up? I mean, I don't know how plugged in you are. Maybe you're getting the monkey grams or whatever down there in Costa Rica, but it seems as though like Jimmy G, I know people just want to flirt with him being on every team, but it's possible now for the Browns to go and get Jimmy G.
Yeah, I wonder. That's weird though. If you're Jimmy G, you don't want to go there because who wants to be the side piece? Pardon the analogy, but
if you're the Browns, what better way to clean up your mess? Bring in the absolute All-American pretty boy from. Oh, by the way, where did he go to college? Eastern Illinois. I don't know. I'm not that much of a geography guy, but that's not that far there from Cleveland.
But then I don't know, man. Are you going to give up assets for Jimmy G? His best chance is Seattle.
I think you pay Jimmy. You offer to take on the contract because you can. It's a 1-year bridge thing. You bring him in. Honestly, if you're Jimmy G, where would you rather go?
Yeah, I guess I would rather go to Seattle because you want to stick it to the 49ers and you have better receivers.
No,
but
you don't want to go to
the team.
You don't want to stay in your hard ass division on a shitty ass team. You want to go to a decent roster.
So you're saying Cleveland's the ideal destination here? I don't know. I don't know Jimmy G that well. We'll see what really matters to him. Or I don't think he really has any say in the matter. I think the 49ers right now are having trouble trading him. That's why he hasn't been traded yet. I mean, we'll see once he clears his shoulder.
I think there's more moves that could be. If Jimmy G goes to the Browns, what's the line?
-3 Cleveland.
Jimmy G's 2 points better than Brissett.
I think, yeah, that's about right.
Probably fair.
I do think it closes Carolina -3 though. Once Joe Q Public sees Baker Mayfield revenge game, come on.
I just want Jimmy G to leave the Niners so we can see Trey Lance like just ultimate dumpster fire season, just completely unprepared for the league.
Poor Trey.
I did have before we moved on, Sean. I had a real quick one because we are talking Baker Mayfield, and it's pretty funny the tier of quarterbacks that are 80-1 to be the MVP. So I thought we would go through them.
Oh yeah, right.
There's 6.
Well, and also too, let's save time for the win total as well.
Sure. All right. So six of these guys, all quarterbacks.
Which one would you rather have?
All 80-1. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, second-year guys.
Yeah.
And we have Jameis Winston, Mitchell Trubisky, Marcus Mariota, Baker Mayfield, redemption guys. Boy, as much as I like to joke about, I don't know if I'm running to the window to bet Baker Mayfield. Is there a guy that you like on this list? Obviously you're going to say Justin Fields. Jameis Winston is interesting. Here's my problem is I started doing the prep work for the NFL team, Sean. And here's what I'm worried about. Everybody's loving this Saints team. Everyone's acting like Sean Payton doesn't matter. Everyone is talking about how good the roster is.
He's 80-1 for a reason.
So these are all interesting guys. I could argue that even though like Baker's almost the least interesting of them in a strange way.
I mean, I would take Baker over Mariota. But I would,
I don't know about that. Who has more wins this year, Baker or Marcus Mariota?
I'm pretty out on the Falcons. The more I dove into it, and I'm like, I think the Falcons could be the worst team in the NFL.
I'm going to be on such an island with the Falcons.
Yeah, you are, Ryan, because you look at they had like the craziest point differential. Like the best or worst point differential for a 7-win team all time. You're downgrading the quarterback. We can save the argument for when we preview the Falcons.
We're talking about Baker.
I'm totally out on the Falcons. The market that's interesting is comeback player of the year for Baker. Like that one.
What's he coming back from?
What do you mean? He had that nagging shoulder injury the entire season.
All right. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, you take over him?
Yeah, I mean it's the Jags though. Like, yeah, I guess I would honestly.
It feels like
I would probably go like Jameis, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Baker, Mariota.
I think we're sleeping. We might be sleeping on Mitch. Mitch with an elite defense and a ski and Mike Tomlin as a coach.
No, I liked him on the win total, but he's not. You have to put up numbers to get MVP, and they have Najee Harris. Baker's 12-1. To win comeback player of the year. I was hoping for a better price, but I think he's certainly going to be in that mix. Dude, who would you rather have, Baker Mayfield at 12-1 or Deshaun Watson at 12-1?
What are they doing?
Why do they keep letting people bet on Deshaun Watson?
It's robbery. Marcus Mariota 14-1 in that same category.
Yeah. Come on. Baker all day there.
I call Drew Lock 25-1. Did he get hurt? What are we these guys that just sucked? Did he get hurt last year?
Yeah, he was hurt, but yeah, I mean, a lot of it was him sucking.
Like feelings are not a thing you come back from. Like hurt feelings, that shouldn't count. All right.
Win total. It went from 5.5 to 6.5. That's I guess that seems about right. I mean, I don't know. What's your take on that?
On one hand, you can very clearly argue that Baker and Sam Darnold are just at different points in their career progression. I think we're kind of Baker sympathists in a way that like I'm willing to bet that he does seem like a guy who is going to be better in a situation where no one believes in him, and I do think that I think he was playing hurt last year. I think he has been the best quarterback that franchise has had in a long time. We've
turned into Baker apologists. It's pretty funny.
I know, what concerns me is just Matt Rule. Like they brought over the pretty boy, prized offensive Joe Brady. He's gone already. I just worry that Matt Rule is the dumpster fire, and this team has been a relative dumpster fire. But this could maybe be a situation where Baker gets pretty appealing in fantasy. I did do a best ball draft where I stacked DJ, Robbie Anderson, and Baker. So shout out to me for that. I don't know. Ryan, I'm not going over though. Are you? No.
I think it's a little. I could maybe see them getting a 7. I'll have to figure it out. But I worry maybe it's a. I think it's probably right. I mean, I was pretty out on Darnold. I was looking at some of our earlier futures we gave out. We forgot to tout Ryan, Mitch Trubisky when where he was going to end up. We had Steelers at plus 700. That was pretty sweet. We're still waiting on what team will Jimmy G end up on. That was pretty funny. Our lock of all locks, will Carson Wentz be the Colts quarterback week 1? We both slammed no at minus 170. Eagles QB week 1, we both had Hurts minus 175. That's looking pretty good. Steelers quarterback week 1. It's probably going to be Mitch Trubisky, but we did give out, this is pre-draft, Kenny Pickett at plus 750. So that's not quite dead yet. Bucks quarterback week 1. That was a push because it ended up being Brady and that was off the board.
We really did a good job. We talk about
that. And then we had some Aaron Rodgers, if not Green Bay. We did miss on Russell Wilson. We both thought the Colts 14-1 was interesting.
Jimmy G to be did you already do this one? Browns weren't even on the list. Jimmy G's next team.
No, I know. That one we're waiting, but I gave out Commanders 12-1, probably not going to hit. You gave out Bucks. Again, this was pre-Brady coming back.
25-1 on the Niners. Watch out.
We both had Niners at 25-1 could be real.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, because you're combing through the archive, the touting archives over here. There's actually another fun little thing that we should be touting here. Let's see. Oh no, I was just going to tout my hilarious predictability. I just threw out Mariota 14-1 guy I liked. I was looking back on April 7th when we recorded this. Mariota 14-1, a guy I liked. I mean, it's too fun. These futures are great.
Oh,
anyway,
we got a ton of futures coming up. We got our fantasy sleeper pods dropping later in the week, and got a ton of stuff coming. Draft day is on the calendar in August, so and NFL preview stuff. We're going to be going hard in the paint, so tons of that as well. Make sure you toss us a nice rating review over on Apple Podcasts. Take a screenshot of you submitting a review. Click the contest tab in the SGPN app. Submit that there for your chance to win free gear every Monday, aka Merch Monday. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Sean, unfortunately, I'm going to hit the button and make you do it all over again.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He is Ryan.
Shout out to you, Baker.
Kramer. Let it ride.